we start the topic photosensitization under photochemical reactions. Okay. What is photosensitization? In many photochemical reactions, all these substances or all the reactants, they are not possible to absorb the radiations and then take place in the chemical reaction. Okay. So those substances which do not have any capacity to absorb the radiations and then changes to the products, then how these reactions taking place. Okay. So for to take place such reactions where the reactants or the substances which do not have any tendency to absorb the photons of light, okay, for those reactions we are adding another substance, okay, which is actually known as photosensitizer. Okay, photosensitizer. So into those reactions we are adding another substance. This photosensitizer, the another substance जो है, it has the tendency to absorb the radiations. This substance has the tendency to absorb the radiations and then it is excited from ground state to the excited state. This another substance in the excited state, it transfers its energy to the reactant molecule and then transfers this A reactant molecule from ground state to the excited state. Okay. So this is the process by which we can excite a reactant molecule, a substance which do not directly absorb the radiations, which do not directly absorb the light of particular intensity. So for such chemical reactions we are using another substance which is first excited to the excited state, and then that substance in the excited state, it transfers its energy to the reactant molecule and then the reactant molecule is excited and then it will form the particular products. Okay. So such kind of the substances which are adding to complete such photochemical reactions, these substances are known as photosensitizers, and this whole process is known as photosensitization. Okay. So you can see that if A is any reactant, अगर हमने पूरी chemical equations लिखनी हो, A is any reactant, if we fall light of particular radiations on this A molecule, this will not be excited to the higher excited state. Okay. So A जो molecule है, it has no tendency to excite to the excited state. Suppose D is any photosensitizer. D जो है, that is denoted as a photosensitizer, another substance. D is added to the A molecule, and now we add the light on this reaction, and the D molecule, it is excited to the higher energy state. Okay. So this is the process of excitation. Now this D photosensitizer in the excited state, it reacts with A and it transfers its energy. There is a transfer of energy from excited state photosensitizer to the A molecule, and A molecule is excited to the higher energy state, plus D photosensitizer, it comes back to the ground state. And in the last one step, the molecule in the excited state, it is then converted into the products. So these are the processes which are occurring in the photosensitization process. In the photosensitization process, one important point is the photosensitizer D, which we are adding to complete this reaction, that is recovered as such in the product. After the excitation of reactant, the D product जो है, D photosensitizer, that is recovered in the ground state after the all reaction. Okay. Now there are some particular conditions which D should satisfy. Some particular conditions are there which D photosensitizer that should satisfy. First condition is D molecule जो है photosensitizer, the molecule is the substance is such the photosensitizer is such selected that it should absorb the radiations and must excited to the excited state. It has the possibility, it has the ability to absorb the radiations and excited to the excited state. This is the first condition that D should satisfy. Second condition is the photosensitizer molecule that should be taken in the higher concentration, and it should be a major light absorber. This is the second condition that D should be satisfied. Third condition is D should have tendency to transfer the energy. It should have tendency to transfer the energy to the reactant molecule. ठीक है, so अगर ये transfer करेगा only then the reaction will take place. Fourth one condition is triplet state energy of D molecule that should always be greater than triplet state energy of reactant. Okay, so if all these four conditions they are satisfied, then D, or you can say any substance, it will react as a photosensitizer in the photochemical reactions. Okay, so now let us take some examples of photosensitization process. First example is dissociation of hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen molecule is dissociated into hydrogen atoms. ठीक है, so this process जो है that is not normally possible. Hydrogen molecule, when we fall light of particular wavelength 2537 angstrom on the hydrogen molecule is not simply dissociated to the hydrogen atoms. Okay, so to complete this this reaction we are using the mercury vapors. What happens? Mercury will absorb the particular radiation of this one wavelength, and mercury vapors जो है they are excited to the higher energy state. This is the excited state of the mercury atoms. Then mercury in the excited state, it will react with the hydrogen molecule and transfer its whole of the energy to the hydrogen molecule and excite the hydrogen molecule, and itself it come back to the ground state. ठीक है, since mercury it excites the two hydrogen atoms of hydrogen molecule, so there is two mercury molecules they are utilized here to excite the hydrogen molecule. Okay, now the hydrogen in the excited state, it then dissociates to the two hydrogen atoms. Okay, so in this whole process mercury acts as a photosensitizer. Okay, without the presence of mercury, hydrogen molecule will not be dissociated into its atoms. Okay, second example is dissociation of ethylene. Ethylene is C2H4. This is actually dissociated into the acetylene molecule plus hydrogen. Okay, dissociation of ethylene is not possible without the absence of mercury vapors. So to complete this reaction mercury vapors are required. What happens? Mercury, it absorbs the particular radiations and it is excited to the higher energy state, and these mercury in higher excited state, it reacts with the ethylene molecules and it excites the ethylene to the higher state, and mercury come back to the ground state. Now ethylene molecules in the excited state, it then breaks to the products and there is a formation of acetylene plus hydrogen. ठीक है. So here mercury again acts as a photosensitizer. Okay. Third example is the combination of carbon monoxide with hydrogen, and there is a formation of glyoxals, HCO, CHO. Glyoxals they are formed. Okay. So this reaction is also possible in the presence of mercury vapors. Okay. And light is necessary for this photochemical reaction. In the absence of mercury vapors, this reaction is not possible. Okay. Because when we fall the light on carbon monoxide and hydrogen, neither carbon monoxide molecule is excited nor hydrogen molecule is excited to the higher energy state. So to excite the reactant molecules, we are using a photosensitizer, mercury. In this reaction again, mercury acts as a photosensitizer. So what is the chemical reaction? Mercury, it absorbs the light photons and it is excited to the higher energy state. This mercury in the higher energy state, it reacts with the hydrogen and transfers its whole of the energy to the hydrogen molecule, and itself it come back to the ground state. Now hydrogen in the excited state, it then break down into its atoms. There comes dissociation of hydrogen molecule. Now these hydrogen atoms, then they react with the second reactant, carbon monoxide, and there is a formation of HCO as a free radical. Okay. And this HCO molecule then again react with hydrogen, and there is a formation of formaldehyde plus nascent hydrogen is removed. Okay. And there are the several possibilities by which HCO it will react. Okay. Two molecules of HCO, they can recombine, and there is again a possibility of the formation of formaldehyde plus carbon monoxide, or there is the possibility of the formation of glyoxal after the recombination of two molecules of HCO. Glyoxal molecule is HCO-CHO. So this is the main product which is formed in this photochemical reaction. Okay. So you can see all these reactions are not possible in the presence of mercury, because if mercury is not present, hydrogen molecule is not excited to the higher energy state. Okay. So all these reactions should not be possible if the mercury is absent in the reaction. Okay. Fourth example of the photosensitization is photosynthesis process. Photosynthesis process. What is photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide reacts with water in the presence of light and chlorophyll, and there is a formation of carbohydrates. You can say CH2O, all the N, carbohydrates, and oxygen is produced in this reaction. Okay. So in the photosynthesis process, chlorophyll is necessary for this chemical reaction, for this photochemical reaction, because you already know that when light falls on the water or light falls on the carbon dioxide molecule, so there is no excitation of carbon dioxide molecule or water molecule as such. But what happens, chlorophyll जो है here, chlorophyll acts as a photosensitizer. It will act as a photosensitizer, and light fall on the chlorophyll, and it is chlorophyll molecule is excited to the higher energy state, and then this excited chlorophyll molecule, it excites the carbon dioxide and water molecules to form the glucose, or you can say carbohydrate formation. Okay. So in the absence of chlorophyll, or you can say photosensitizer, neither carbon dioxide nor water molecules, they are excited, and if the reactants are not excited to the higher energy state, so products are not formed. ठीक है. So that's why photosynthesis process, for the photosynthesis process chlorophyll is must, because it will act as a photosensitizer and it is responsible for the excitation of reactants to form the products. ठीक है. And next, fifth example of the photosensitization process is decomposition of oxalic acid. Decomposition of oxalic acid. As we have studied in the chemical actinometer, okay, the oxalic acid is decomposed in the presence of uranyl ions, UO2 2 positive. In the presence of uranyl ions, oxalic acid is easily decomposed. What happens? Uranyl ions जो है, they absorb the particular radiations and they are excited to the higher energy state. Okay, so these excited uranyl molecules, uranyl ions, they react with oxalic acid and they transfer all of its energy to the oxalic acid. Okay, and it itself, uranyl ions, it come back to the ground state. Okay, and the excited molecules of the oxalic acid, they are formed. Okay, so these excited molecules of oxalic acid, they decompose to carbon dioxide plus carbon monoxide plus water. Okay, so this decomposition reaction, that is not possible if the molecule is not excited, and the molecule is excited only in the presence of uranyl ions. So that's why uranyl ions, they act as a photosensitizer for this decomposition of reaction. Okay, so this is all about photosensitizer and photosensitization process. Okay, the next topic is photoinhibitors. Photoinhibitors are the substances which, when we add in the reaction mixture, reactant से which, when we add these substances in the reaction mixture, if the addition of such substances, it reduces the quantum yield of the photochemical reaction. If the quantum yield of the photochemical reaction is reduced, then such substances are actually known as photoinhibitors. Okay. For example, we have already studied the reaction of hydrogen plus chlorine in the presence of light. It is converted into HCl. Okay. This reaction जो है, for this reaction quantum yield is high, very high quantum yield. ठीक है, and the quantum yield जो है, it is reduced for this reaction if we add small traces of oxygen, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide. So small traces of oxygen or nitrogen oxide or sulfur dioxide in this reaction, that reduces the quantum yield to a very high extent. Okay, that means these substances, oxygen, nitrogen oxide or sulfur dioxide, which are responsible for decreasing the quantum yield of a chemical reaction, these are known as photoinhibitors. Okay.